Hello, and welcome to another tale of infinite monkey tales madness. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday.
Hello.
We're back. We're here to entertain you. Before we get started, it's very obvious. If you were coming here to watch the continuation of Mutants to Mastermind that we didn't do 2 weeks ago, it's still not happening, I'm afraid. Unfortunately, by methods out of our control, real life is a bitch, and we are servants of life itself. So, yeah. So instead of doing a rerun, I thought we would play something completely different. And so we worked for this last week, and we have come up with this amazing thing. If any of you are interested, I highly suggest you check this out after the stream. I will put a link in the chat for you all to go and check this out. It is an amazing, very easy to get to grips with mini adventure. Now, this adventure, I will say, is meant to be run without a GM. But for tonight's purposes, I am a GM. We'll see. It should make it easier for everyone. So hello, Meow Nerva. Hello, Borgat. Hello. I haven't muted them; they're just not talking. Hello, Lloyd. Welcome, Lloyd down there, and hello, Croy. How are you, Croy? How are you all doing?
Very well,
Not
thank
bad.
you. I had the rare occurrence of a long night's sleep for once, which was very pleasant.
Oh my god.
Yeah, doesn't happen very often, but when it does, bliss.
Did you
No
get
naps
drunk?
required. No, I didn't. I was playing games. We were writing a game on Infinite Monkey Tales last night. We were creating Tales of Infinite. If you didn't see that playtest, check our VODs, which will be available for 60 days, and also on our YouTube at some point afterwards. Tales of Infinite last night was the first run. And it was good fun. Thanks to Jonathan Mark Hicks, who was doing the GMing on that, and we had lots of input from chat as well, ideas. So that game is going to continue to get developed through Infinite Monkey Tales, and then at some point it's going to get released as a game with our name on it. How about that?
That's cool. Yeah. If you guys didn't check that out, honestly, do go check out the VODs, and it will go up on our YouTube. So do go check them out if you haven't already. If you've not gone to see our YouTube, why not? It's full of crap. Go check it out. And when some of it's good crap. Yeah.
And then there's Mutants to Mastermind. No.
Why? Oh, I'm sorry, Lloyd. What's the game you're running? How's Stargate? Speaking of Stargate, here's the calendar, guys. This is what's coming up on IMT. If you aren't in our Discord, if you're not in our Discord, why the hell are you not in our Discord? Get in our Discord. Then I don't have to show you this on stream every night, which I still will, because there are people here who aren't in the Discord. Coming up, what day are we on? We're on the 11th. It's supposed to be Mutants and Masterminds, but obviously it's not, guys. On Monday, Croy, you're running your Dungeons and Dragons offline. How's that going?
Going to war. They've invaded the castle, the fortress of the Saugen, or however you're going to pronounce it. Those guys. Nasty. The Sahuagin, the terrible undersea dwellers that want to dominate the area of Salt Marsh. They will be put to rest, the players or the Sahuagin. So, yeah, it's happening. War
That sounds
is on.
cool. On Tuesday, we'll be picking up, hopefully, the last episode of Agents of Concordia. I'm not sure whether that will go ahead. If it does, it will go ahead. If it doesn't, it won't. Very simple logic there, guys. If we are there and you do see us, feel free to drop in on our Discord. I think the plan was we're going to try out the new stage system on Discord, see what that's like, but I believe I've already been told that it is not worth it yet. Purely because Discord stage doesn't allow you to share screens, which will be really awkward, which is kind of pointless, really. But, we won't have a go at Discord because we're using them right now. Then on Friday, we will be... Oh, no, hang on. We've got a Wednesday, sorry, haven't we? Wednesday, Call of Cthulhu Beginner's Session. I'm not sure if that's still 100% going ahead, but we will make an announcement closer to this time if it is. Those who are in it, I think, will probably already know one way or another. But we will find out what's going on there. Unfortunately, like I said, in real life issues are a bitch. Friday, we will be returning with some Cthulhu Dark. Part 3, it says? Have we? I thought we already did part 3. Oh, no, it's you.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. We are honing in on the mystery. There are things that were discovered in the last couple, and I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give anything away in case I accidentally misremember exactly where we were. But there was investigations, there was houses, there was travelling, there was some clues that were leading towards the culprits. There was a strange occurrence where one of the characters saw a version of themselves but older, and all sorts of various other things going on. So yeah, it is turning out to be a bit of a mystery, and the clues are beginning to unravel. Lay out that on the table, tune in and find out exactly what we're going to be up to. I don't know if we're going to finish it. We might need 4 parts. We'll see.
And then Saturday, Josh, who isn't here, who's currently away skiving for the weekend, he has got his Dungeons and Dragons, the Mysteries of Blacklaw coming up, which we will continue to rampage and cause chaos in his game. He's not here. He'll probably watch this and think, I'm going to kill Andrew's player. Probably will. And then Saturday, it does say on the calendar, is our anniversary celebrations, but again, due to in real life, we're not sure at this moment in time whether that's going to go ahead or not. Obviously, we want to make sure that we're all in good fighting spirits for that and that we're all here. We don't want to run that half-arsed for you guys. So we'll let you know. If you're in our Discord, you'll be the first to know. Or if you're on our Twitter, you'll probably see some sort of announcement there as we get closer to the time. More reason to get in the Discord, guys. But if that doesn't go ahead, we will have something planned. Don't worry. We will not be throwing one more pre-recorded that we've already done at you this month. We have acknowledged we've done enough. We are going to bring you rubbish entertainment, even if we have to. Speaking of rubbish entertainment,
from the norm then.
If you're watching it on YouTube, you've already missed it.
Yeah, if you watch it on YouTube, you've missed all of this, and you're probably months behind. Speaking of rubbish entertainment, we're going to get into tonight's game. And just to answer that question, Bonk, if you do want Stargate, I will be looking at getting that up and running next month. Otherwise, speak to Lloyd, because he said something about running it, but...
I said nothing of the kind. What are you talking about?
It's in the Discord. It's in the Discord. Right.
I think if the channel got deleted recently.
Oh, look, a mod just deleted the channel. So, on with tonight. You guys, if you know what Goblin Quest is, you probably already know what we've signed ourselves up for. If you don't know what Goblin Quest is, well, you're in for a treat. If you go pick up Goblin Quest, I highly recommend it. It's a fun little game. If you're in for little one-shot sort of things, this is definitely the thing that you'd probably be interested in. In this, our players are going to be taking part by playing goblins. I mean, who doesn't like a goblin? I mean, you know, how many D&D games has everyone been in and killed goblins? I never thought, what is a goblin's life really about?
XP.
Probably. So, before we get started, I'm going to tell you, chat, there is a feature tonight that you're going to get now. Part of this Goblin game allows players to do re-rolls, and the book has a few methods, from having a hat that is passed from one player to another to wear, and sticks that you have to poke each other with, and you allow the other player to get a re-roll. as much as you want, sort of thing, if you're willing to give up your hat or willing to poke someone in the thigh. Tonight, I've removed that from the books. I've gone off the books. It's the only place where we're going off the books. And I have give channel points. You, chat, you can use your channel points to give our players a re-roll. Now, you got to be quick when you do it, because I'll only hold off for a few seconds after each roll, and I'll let it count. So make sure, if you're going to want to re-roll, give our players a re-roll, you got to be quick. And I will say, I'm telling you right now, if they roll a good number, you can still make them re-roll.
Question.
Yes.
Do we use our channel points?
No. No.
Sorry, we didn't hear that bit, but let's just use them.
Okay, I'll let you use them on each other, not on yourself.
Okay.
Okay? So yeah, so chat, if you want to get involved.
Sorry, Bogat.
But we'll only do
what
one.
have I done to you today?
Short stream ever.
We'll only give
I need
each
a
roll
nemesis.
one. So if you do a re-roll and they re-roll better and you don't like that, sorry, you only have one re-roll on each roll. So because otherwise we'll be here all night because everyone will just keep doing it. So if you could get involved tonight, chat with this. So please have fun with that, because I know I will. Right. So tonight you are all a group of goblins. Now the way this works is you have all designed 5 goblins, and they are each your pact. And between all of you, you form a clan. And all of this takes place in a goblin's camp. Which Lloyd, if you've not seen, chat, behind us is a beautiful cartoon version of said map that our brilliant Lloyd has created just for tonight, in all its glory. It's very fitting. And you're all in this camp. Now let's introduce your goblins one at a time, shall we? Let's let chat see what your goblins are like. Now, chat, just, I did things a little differently tonight, and we're not using fancy web pages to generate images. We're not googling powerful knights. I gave each of my players the challenge of drawing their goblins. And one by one, as they kill off their goblins, we're going to show you their goblins. So first up tonight is Croy. Croy, your first goblin you have called Babyface Boggins. Would you like to tell us more about Babyface Boggins?
This Boggins is actually really old. He's very old for a goblin, but he looks really, really young, and he's got really rosy cheeks, and all the other goblins like to poke them because they think it's funny, and it's not. I don't like it.
I will say it is in the rules. You do have to do all this in goblin voices. That is Babyface Boggins, the first goblin of Croy's arsenal. Borgat, your first goblin is called Dot Tooth Weasel. Would you like to introduce Dot Tooth Weasel for everyone?
Hello, the voice just went completely wrong there. Let me try again. The voice is gone. The nerves are coming in. Oh no. I got very, very pronounced canines. They're very good for chomping. I like doing goblin things. I like taking pictures and wandering around and looking at the sights.
And Lloyd, your first goblin is Kit Three Fingers.
Yeah.
Hello! My name's Kit. I've only got 3 fingers. because I taste and smell delicious. And sometimes when I'm not paying attention, I chew my fingernails.
You bet your own fingers.
I like to connect magic things and books. I have a stick from a wizard, and it does make it a bit difficult, but I have the rest of me pack, and we can, we collaborate to hold the things, because I no longer can.
Okay. And finally, Meowderva, your first goblin is called Unordered List Control Shift plus number 7. I have a pop-up that's over it and I can't get rid of it. And I don't know why. Your first goblin is called Drag It with the Face. Would you like to introduce Drag It?
Drag it.
In a goblin voice, please. Goblin voices.
No.
It's a goblin game.
Right.
We've all done it. I think it's only fair that you do.
Yeah, but you're all doing it high pitched. I'm already high pitched, so it's a goblin voice. There we go.
Do it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mine's not high pitched at all.
Do a cockney.
Is that a dog?
No, that's a goblin.
Drag it.
Drag it. He. Big nose. Big nose make fall over. Scratches. All over. Bandages, but bleed anyway. I don't know what that is. Eye has poke. Cup is shiny. Make loud noise. Sometimes make me fall over too. More scratches. I like animals. Yeah.
That's Drag It.
Yes.
Always falling over that dragon.
So, just in case you didn't hear, chat, each of our players have 5 goblins who all have different names and a different trait. Now, but they do all share a heirloom, an expertise, and a dream. So, Croy's, they all have an axe of extinguished chopping. They are all very good. Exhausting chopping. Apologies.
Exhausting chopping.
They all are very good at breaking stuff. And their dream is to be a gourmand?
Yeah, we like to eat things, exotic things like
Ah!
pets. And dogs, and weasels, and ferrets, and lots of lovely things that we like to eat. And we go far into the next valley sometimes to get the nice things to eat.
Okay. Bogart, your group all share the heirloom of a broken camera that has a flash that still works. Your expertise is not blending in. And I think this is very good because you've tied this with your dream that your pack dreams of being the ultimate tourist and exploring everything.
Yeah, we just love going to new places and seeing the sights and hearing the sounds and smelling the smells. And you look around and you go, sometimes you'll just see the perfect photo opportunity. Unfortunately, sometimes people are getting in the way, so you gotta wait for them to move, but it's all good fun.
And then Lloyd, all your goblins have a bit of wood that totally came off a wizard's staff, no questions asked. They're all very good at making it look like they are able to read and write, which means that they're not, like every other goblin. And they all dream of being the celebrity. They all dream of being the most popular goblin in camp.
At least 3 times better than the other guys.
It would be 4, but he ate that finger for lunch. And then finally, Meowderva, all your goblins shared a dented brass tanker that once held beer. And they're all very good at making loud noises to draw attention. And they all share the dream to make friends with as many creatures and animals as possible. And these mixtures of goblins all create your little clan within the goblin camp. Let's see how this goes. Okay. If you don't know how this works, we'll be explaining it all. So the first thing we're going to do is set the scene. Okay. So you're all kind of huddled together wherever. In fact, let's pick a location. So you all have access to the map. For stream, there you go. There's the map of the goblin camp. Where would you all like to be to start? So you've got the whole map there. You could all discuss amongst yourselves where you think your party should start.
Right, team, where are we all?
It's a mysterious hole. That looks quite mysterious.
I mean, a good photo opportunity, that.
What's the worst that could happen?
There might be something nice to eat down there.
Chap thinks the plug. Because why not?
That's a good point. It might be another mysterious hole under the plug.
It's also a good photo opportunity, that.
Bongmaster wants the hole. Have we got a consensus?
We can either go to the plug or the hole.
No.
Come on, guys.
Plug of the hole.
Let's go to the middle of the mud pit so we can plug your Instagram.
I don't want to go to mud pits. Went there last week.
Do a handstand there. It'll look great.
You make a good point.
Have we got a consensus?
I don't mind going to the plug if I can nibble it. It might be. I've never eaten it before. We've always been told to stay off it.
Right. Cry's put his vote on the plug. Lloyd says plug.
Alright, I'm happy to go plug.
Plug. Right. So you guys, you start your adventure at the plug.
Right, say cheese.
Hey, cheese! There's a bit of plug in my teeth.
And that's where our adventure starts. So your goblins are all stood round this plug. And it's a giant round plug-shaped object with a big ring on top of it, just sat in the ground. And there's quite a few gatherings here of different goblins. Some are drawing the plug. Some are licking the plug. Some are doing their own business around the plug. And you're all stood there, admiring this plug. Now, the plug in the goblin camp, there's a lot of rumour behind the plug. Some believe that a wizard pushed this plug into the middle of the goblin camp and will one day pull the plug and all the goblins will be taken down the drain and washed out. Some believe...
I'm a wizard!
Some believe that the plug was placed there to stop all the air from being sucked into it. And the goblins don't want that and will protect the plug from being removed.
I heard the air's pretty good for you.
Some goblins set off an adventure a long time ago to find the taps for the giant bathtub that they believe the world is. And would like to wash the world. And then there's you. Your clan who sees this plug, and you all believe your own little things. Croy, what do you believe the plug is? What does your clan believe the plug is?
Just underneath the hard, crusty layer of the plug is a beautiful, tasty, unknown texture that if we could only get to it, it would be the most amazing find ever, and it would be the most beautiful taste that we ever have had. The plug is... Oh, but we're not allowed anywhere near it. We're always getting told to not bite it. Don't bite the plug, they say.
Meow Nova, what does your clan think the plug is?
Plug is not really plug. Plug is stone. Just dropped. Plug is just another name for stone. We don't come near plug. Animals don't come near plug. They get stuck in mud. Like me stuck in mud.
Borga, what does your clan of tourists believe the plug is?
Well, we're very undecided, you see. There's no guidebook for this area just yet. It keeps getting revisioned and revised. But we think that it's a plug.
Beat me to it.
Lloyd, what does your clan think the plug is?
It's a great magical seal for the bum hole from whence the world originated through magic and mud.
And as you can tell, there is a lot of confusion amongst the goblins on what on earth the plug is. Unfortunately, goblins' nature is that they are dumb-witted. And unfortunately, they only ever agree on anything if more than one or two goblins agree together, in which point that becomes the law. And thus, the stupid life of a goblin takes place. And you're all stood round this plug, doing your own business. When a big goblin comes up. Right, you lot! Listen up! News! Camp news! Gather round! You! Stop picking your nose! You're not picking your nose enough. Come on, I can see the buggers. Right! News from the camp! You hear? We have a new king. He has returned. All to raise the glorious King Bob.
I did vote for him.
You don't vote for a king, you. Be quiet. Be quiet or we release the hounds.
King Kebab.
Kebab.
King Bob has taken throne in the camp.
Hail King Bob.
Hail King Bob indeed, hail King Bob, hail King... And all of a sudden the whole crowd just erupts shouting, Hail King Bob, hail King Bob. And it goes on for 10 minutes. Hail King Bob.
Hail King Bob.
Hail King Bob. Okay, calm down. Right, Bob's hailed. Bob is hailed now. Thank you. Yep, right, okay. The king has decreed, as he is now the king, and no one remembers if that's true or not. He is the king. He's made some requests. He needs knights, I believe. I don't know. It's on this piece. But anyone good at reading round here?
I can read.
Right, you come up here. Right, read this out to everyone. Read this out to everyone, and he hands you a blank piece of paper.
By order of His High Majesty, King Bob, we have to explore the mystery of the plug, and also, Kit is in charge. The end. Yours sincerely, King Bob. Love you.
That's not what the king put on the piece of paper. You can't read at all. Get off the stage. Go on. You've done something there. You magic, aren't you? You've changed the words. No, right.
I bend reality to my will.
Hear ye. Have said hear ye. Shush. That's what it means, I think. Right, King Bob has decreed, if you want to be part of his knights, you've got to do one of several things. There are 4 options. If any clan out there would like to do one, and when I say do one, no, don't stop running. Come back. No, No, do one of the tasks. Do one of the tasks. Oh my God, not again.
What is that?
Oh yes, the task. King, hear ye, King. Tasks, listen. Task number 1. Group must fetch the sacred white dragon egg from the dragon of the Black Tower.
Sounds like hard work.
Task number 2. Bring the head of Grognord the Bone Crusher. He has plagued this land long enough.
Make good soup with that.
Task number 3. Find the long-lost Book of Secrets. George lost it last Tuesday. We haven't seen it since. We really need it back.
What's a book?
If you don't know what a book is, I'd pick a different task. God, you illiterate fool. And then finally, the last task is the king requires a bath for his coronation. If you would like to, if any clan would like to do one of the tasks to become a knight, come see me. The rest of you, on with you, whatever you were doing. Very good. Knights, they'll get to eat at the feast of the king on his coronation. Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'll get the egg. I like
Right.
We should get the book.
Yeah. Well, discuss it amongst your clan, decide which task you want to do, and then come see me. I'll be stood here for 10 minutes, maybe longer, maybe less, because I don't have a watch. Right. Everyone get back to business. Do what you need to do. Camp don't run itself, you know. And I know the goblins kind of disperse in front of you.
Everyone, group huddle.
I hope I don't disperse.
Right, we need to do one of these tasks as we get to.
Maybe the book's at the tower.
I don't think the book was at it. It's lost, isn't it?
Can we get the swing by the egg and pick up the egg? Because the egg would be brilliant. I like eggs.
Dragon.
We can't eat the egg.
What?
We're gonna get the egg for the king, and he's gonna eat the egg. Maybe.
That's not fair. Maybe you'd share it with us. But
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe there's more than one egg.
Maybe there's more than one egg.
For the king.
If we become Kniggets, then we'll be able to eat at his feast.
Yeah, but not egg.
I could take pictures of the castle and the throne.
That would look good.
Look great.
I hope it doesn't take too long to get to the Black Tower. I only have 3 days worth of fresh.
Right, so we're going to go get the dragon egg, yeah? We'll leave Grognord and the book, and I really don't want to give him a bath.
What's the man will be at the tower?
To clean his toes.
Ugh.
So you're all happy to do the first one?
Yes.
Okay.
Someone get his attention.
We can sneak.
Oi,
Yeah.
mister.
Yeah. Hello.
We're gonna get the egg for you. For the king. For his feast.
The egg. Yeah, no, it's not just a normal egg. It's the white dragon egg, the fearsome dragon that has run that tower rampant in our camp for over a week now. I wish you well if you're going to do that. I won't be doing that. I'm scared of dragons.
That's why you are not a knight.
No.
Knigget.
No, I'm not. I'm a town crier. I've already cried 4 times this morning.
Here's a tissue.
Thank you. Right. Oh. Right, it's all emotional, this, okay? Right, you're gonna go to the tower, okay?
God, you're such a bastard.
And you're gonna get the white egg, right? Be quick about it, because the king's coronation's tonight. And I won't say him again. Sorry, I'm letting my job get hold of me again. Right, so you're getting the egg from the tower. Right, okay. Okay, so go. You don't have to kill the dragon, but probably wise. I don't know. White egg. It's a goblin talking. How dare you? Assume a goblin you will. Right. Go get the egg, because we need it, because that's part of the banquet. So if you don't have the egg, no banquet. Right, I'll put you down. What's your names? What's your names? I need them for the list. Never mind. I forget. I can't write. Oh, it's fine. All of you just lick this piece of paper. That's as good as.
Oh, you silly sod.
Ooh, this one's got a rainbow on it.
Which one of you's at the paper? Oh. That means I'm going to have to go all the way back to the garbage field now to get another. For God's sake.
We'll bring the egg. We'll bring the egg later. I'm sure you'll know it's us because we'll have it.
Yep. Make sure you bring it to the throne of the Goblin King before the end of the day because, like I said, no egg, no feast. Right. Better be off. Gotta go do some more crying around the town. Might go for the inn. Right. See you in a bit, guys.
Yep.
Yep.
Could be called a town shouter.
No, I like my job. I don't do what's off. Oh, right. So, now,
I hate that guy.
we're going to make your quest. So you have now decided that you are going to go and get the fetch the dragon egg, the white dragon egg from the Black Tower. So, let's... For those who are watching the stream, I have got a nice little thing for you here that we're going to fill out as we go. So, your task is to fetch the white dragon egg from the Black Tower. Right. Your task. So that's going to be your task number 2. By the way, in this you would break this into three tasks. So task 3 is going to be to present the egg to the king. Right. So task 1 is up to you guys. It's about what do you think you're going to need to do to get this egg. What are you going to prepare to go and get this egg?
What do we know about dragons? How do you stop a dragon from eating
The problem is, goblins are very delicious, right? And they are a great snack for a dragon.
Uh-oh.
Maybe we need a decoy.
Uh-oh.
Maybe we can make a decoy and they'll eat the decoy instead of eating us.
Okay.
I need some kind of egg-carrying box, because I can't carry it myself.
We could stop ourselves from smelling nice to the dragon. Like, cover ourselves with mud from the goblin mud pits. And then we wouldn't smell like goblins.
We smell like goblin mud. Literally goblin.
What about the slime pool?
Smell like slime. Yeah, let's jump in it.
So we get a delicious smelling decoy and a stinky smelling us.
Okay.
Then he goes and eats the decoy and not us, and we sneak in, grab the egg, and get back to the king. I think the dragon is hungry.
Right. So for
sleeping.
For your task 1, you've decided to get a decoy and change your smell. So for stage 1, you got to find a decoy. For stage 2, you need to make the decoy smell like a goblin. And then for stage 3, make yourselves not smell like a goblin.
You just hold your nose, right?
Oh my
Is
god.
anyone querying the spelling mistakes? This is written by a goblin.
It's fine. Right.
Done on purpose.
Once you've done that, we'll then move on to task 2, which is to fetch the white dragon egg from the Black Tower. Stage 1, I think would be fair to say that you're going to have to position the decoy in a place where the dragon will see it. Right, stage 2. Are you going to try then and stealth into the tower to get the egg whilst the dragon is
Distracted, yeah.
distracted?
Yes.
Sneak into the tower.
Dragon got after decoy. We run.
And stage 3, how do you intend to get out of the tower once you've got the egg?
Run.
How big's the tower?
Run.
Run, yeah. That's definitely the best way.
Run.
And then...
Put like 4 exclamation marks after run, please.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. And then finally, the task 3 will be to present the egg to the king. So you will then... Your first stage of that will simply be to get to the throne of the Goblin King. Stage 2. Oh, well, technically this is stage 3, because stage 2 will be how do you do stage 3. So stage 3 is how are you going to present this egg to the king?
Maybe,
Show it to him.
maybe we could draw on it, make it look prettier.
Okay, present the pretty egg. So stage 2 will be to decorate and decorate egg. And there we go.
Yeah.
There is our quest. Okay, so task 1, decoy and change our smell. You will find a decoy, make the decoy smell like a goblin, and make yourselves not smell like a goblin. Then you will
What could
go
go
to the
wrong?
tower, position the decoy in a place for the dragon, sneak into the tower, and then run away once you've got the egg. Then you will get to the throne of the Goblin King, decorate the egg for him, and present him with the pretty egg. For those of you who are wondering, the numbers at the beginning of each task is the difficulty rating. Yay! Because the game will progressively be getting harder as we go along. Right, so how this works is quite simple. Each difficulty rating is how many successes you need to complete that task. You will go round the table. You'll explain what your character is going to do to help complete said stage. You'll be in charge of the actions of your goblin for a brief period. So you just describe what you're going to do, and then you'll roll on it. And if you're successful to that, that's one success done, and you're on your way to completing the task. If you are not successful, though, things will go slightly out of control. So this is how the rolling works. I'll quickly run through it for the sake of chat more than anything, and obviously you guys, because I know this is new to use. Once you've described what you're going to do, you're going to roll a d6. If you score a 1 or a 2, your goblin is going to gain an injury. So they fail at what they're doing in some sort of way. If your goblin takes 2 injuries, they die. And there's no healing or
That's
anything.
bad for your health.
So once you've had 2 injuries, you lose your goblin, and you will move on to the 2nd and the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th goblin. Once you've run out of goblins, you are not out of the game. You will take the position of a non-goblin character, which I will give you, and you will possess them for all eternity. Should you all run out of goblins, you fail. And you've failed. If you roll a 3, something bad happen, so it doesn't quite work. And the next goblin who goes gets a -1 on their roll. So you will screw up the next goblin who tries to do something. If you roll a 4, you manage to do something good, but you don't quite get what you wanted. You don't succeed in the actual task, but you will give a +1 to the next goblin who goes. And then if you roll a 5 or a 6, you gain a victory. And you will subtract 1 from the difficulty rating of the current stage. And once that hits 0, you've completed that current stage. Simple enough. So for all the task 1s, it starts off at level 3, so you have to get 3 successes. Task 2, 4 successes. Task 3, 5 successes. That's pretty much it, apart from one last part, which is a complication. Now, if you are doing this without a GM, the book tells you to do your complications at the beginning, and you decide where your complications fall within the game. We're going to do it slightly differently because we have got a GM. So, if one of you would be so kind to roll me a D3. Just one of you. Okay, we'll take the first person. Everyone's done it. I only needed one. The first one I saw was Paul. You rolled a 1.
I didn't roll anything. I rolled that earlier.
Did you?
That was at 8:59.
That was before we started playing the game.
Okay, fair enough.
Face rolled a 3.
So Dreggy will take your 3. So that means the complication will happen on task 3.
Wonderful.
So when we get to task 3, we'll do a roll on the complication table and see what complication your goblins are going to have to deal with. So it could be very fun. So on with the show, I think. I'll just remind everyone again. I'm reminding you all again, mainly because I want to remind myself, because I kind of forgot to make a note of this without having to see it on OBS. So, I know, I'm so skilled. Right, so, stage 1, find a decoy. What we'll do is, to make this fair and square, if you would all like to roll a D10 or something, yeah, D10, and that'll decide which order you guys are going to go in.
Are the Strolls playing any music at the moment?
No, sorry. Music is just for chat's benefit more than anything. I didn't have enough time to sort that out. Sorry. So, who's not rolled a D10 here? Goblin, is it? Yeah, no, Goblin 45. Who's not rolled?
No, everyone. No, just Croy.
Oh, there we go.
3.
Do we re-roll because we both rolled the 3?
Yeah, you can do.
I rolled a 6.
So go.
Right, so who's Goblin 45 Alpha? You've picked these names, I don't know who's who. Who? Lloyd.
That's me.
Right, so Lloyd, you'll be going first, then Meow Nerva, and then from the second rolls, it'll be Paul and then Croy. Alright, so that is your order for task 1. So, Lloyd, you're starting the task. So at the moment, you've agreed that you need to find a decoy. What are you going to do to try and find a decoy?
I was looking at the map, and I noticed not too far away from our current position is the dog kennel. And I was thinking I could steal a dog, shave it a bit, and look basically like a goblin with the makeup on it.
Okay. So,
In
So you head.
steal a dog, please.
So you all head to the dog caves, and in front of you, you see a pack of dogs. What is your plan on these dogs?
Our voices are so high, they probably think we're whistling them and they'll just come over to us.
Is it dragging good with dogs?
Okay, so you want to beckon the dogs
Maybe
over
we
to you?
could try dog whispering.
You're in control.
Poochie.
Whatever you think you
Poochie.
should do, Lloyd. Okay.
You, Daddy, come over here. Hey, you.
So,
Poochie.
Kit,
Poochie.
three fingers. Kit, 3 fingers. You are. I'd like you to make a roll on your dog whispering, please.
Dog whisper.
It's just a D6, is it?
It's just a D6 from now on. Yes.
That didn't go so well.
I know.
And you're stood there, Kit.
They're playing
And-
420.
And as you're whistling and trying to beckon them over, you accidentally bite off another finger. And
deliciousness.
You let off a shriek and everything, and everyone hears it, and you have taken a damage.
At least I got lefty and missed the pointer. I can still do the shotgun.
Meow Nerva.
Yeah.
I should say, drag it with the face. You see Kit bite off his own finger, trying to beckon over the dogs. What do you do with this information? You're at the dog. You've come to the doghouse. What is Drag It going to do at this point to try and fix the situation?
Oh, I want friends, animals. I go to dogs.
You're gonna walk up to the dogs.
Yes, I like dogs.
Okay.
Dogs like me. I like dogs.
Okay. Drag It just walks across this pit into the cave. I would like you to roll me a d6.
Off to a cracking start.
And as you're walking, you're that focused on the dogs, you completely ignored that there was a 6-foot hole right in front of you. And poor Drag It takes a step forward, reaching out for the doggos, and he falls into the pit, smashing his head on the side of the wall all the way down the pit. And you land at the bottom, and a little poof of smoke comes out of this pit. And you have taken a damage. Paul! Dot, Tooth Weasel. You've seen Kit bite off his own finger, and you have now seen Drag It fall down a hole. What is Dot going to do to try to recover this situation?
Right, well, here's what I'm thinking. The dogs seem to be pretty dangerous, but they must eat something, and maybe what they eat would be like a goblin in shape. So I'm going to try and find the dog food and pinch it.
Okay. You see on the side near the dogs there is a carcass that the dogs haven't yet eaten. So you're going to try and steal this carcass to try and lure them. Would you like to roll a d6?
Why would I? Who doggy?
Hey, and you managed to do this. So you sneak up past the dogs. They seem to be oblivious to you, and you manage to pick up this carcass of meat that's left. And straight away you see all the dogs pay attention to you, and they're stood watching now for what you're going to do. And you have succeeded in one success required for this first task.
Oh no.
Croy, Babyface Boggins.
Face Boggins really likes eating things, and he's got a really tasty thing that he got from somebody in the market, and it's a piece of pigeon wing, and he's going to show it to the dog nearest and say, "Come on, doggy, get a snack. It's really tasty. You'll like it."
Okay. Would you like to roll a d6 on that?
I get a +1 as well.
No, you don't. You only get a +1 on if someone rolled something good, because he got a victory. It's just a -1 on the game. Good. But you rolled something good. So you wave this in the air, and all the dogs that were currently watching Dot Weasel with the carcass, one of them looks at you, and he's licking his lips. This dog, he's interested. He sees you on your own, and you've managed to single out one of the wolves. So you've helped possibly the next person.
Attention.
Cute 3 fingers. After Kit Two Fingers now. Kit Two Fingers, you calm down after a moment, and you look out and you see that Dot is entrancing all the wolves at the moment, and that Babyface Boggins appears to have caught the attention of a single wolf who is currently looking in your guys' direction. What is your plan? You're going to get a reroll on whatever you do.
A bit of wizard staff, the stick, and I'm going to wave it at the dog and try and talk to it in doggy magic. Woof! Woof!
Okay. So yeah, you're going to use your... Okay, so you get...
Mind control!
You're going to get a +1 on both these rolls, but it's the second roll, because Croy has already given you the goblin power, that we're going to be taking. So if you'd like to roll the first one, so we can see what you would have got.
Okay. So
which would have been
from 4 to 5.
That would have been a 5. So now let's see what you will get. Oh! Yeah, and you wave the stick in the air, and it catches the sun, and to everyone who's watching, they see it. It looks like the stick is glowing, and the wolf that was singled out is slowly walking to you guys, and he's stood almost a foot away from you now, and he's just entranced by this stick now that you're waving in the air. It's almost, some would say, magical.
Unlimited power!
Drag it. You managed to get to the top of this pit that you fell in, and you can see this wolf is completely entranced by Kit Two Fingers. What is your plan?
Go to dog.
Yeah.
It's looking away, may not bite, so go get dog. And save dog.
Are you saving the dog from Kit Two Fingers? Oh, shave the dog. So you're gonna just outright go and try and shave this dog?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We should call him Josh.
Wow.
Okay. Would you like to roll me a d6 on your attempt at shaving the dog? And you go up to the dog and you pull out your little dagger and you grab a tuft of its fur. And as you go to cut the tuft, you miss and you slice the dog. And this dog breaks its trance and is now...
Oh, no, I got success, didn't I?
Yeah.
No, I thought I got first one, but no.
Yeah, I know you just... And this dog is now viciously growling. Dot!
You're not supposed to stab Josh.
Dot, you're stood... You're stood holding this carcass, and you still got the trance of all the wolves, but you can hear the bark from the wolf behind you, and as you turn your head, you see that Dragot has just stabbed the wolf, and there is blood gushing off this wolf that you were stood by. What is your plan?
Right, I'm gonna run over with the corpse. What is this corpse of? Is it biggish, smallish?
It's a small... Yeah.
Well, you're the one holding it.
Alright, I'm gonna rush over with this corpse. I'm gonna swing it and hit the dog with it and try and knock the dog out.
Okay. Do you want...
It still works as a decoy if it's dead.
Would you like to roll the d6?
That's a 5 minus 1 makes it 4.
So yes, so you run over with the carcass, and you whack the dog, and it looks confused for a minute. You've just hit it with its food, and it almost for a moment it looks like the dog is confused of what on earth's going on. It's realised it's away from the pack. It's just been stabbed, and now you've just whacked it in the face with a carcass. The wolf it's almost distracted. It doesn't know which one of you to go for first at the moment. So you have now given it a +1 to this next roll. Babyface Boggins. What is your plan of action here?
The wolf looks hungry, so I'm gonna go up to it very carefully and not hit it with the pigeon wing that I have, and give it the pigeon wing in its mouth to chew very carefully.
Okay. You've got a +1 if you'd like to do your roll.
A sec. +1.
Yeah, and you pull out this pigeon, and the wolf just turns round to you, and all of a sudden it forgets the fact that it's just been stabbed. And it looks at the pigeon, and it happily takes it from your hand, and it strokes its head on the side of you. Clearly, you have gained a trusted friend. And with that, you have completed finding a decoy. This wolf will now do whatever you wish. You have acquired no, you don't need to hit it again. The wolf is now part of your team. It will do whatever you need it to. And the other wolves leave you alone.
Anything? You're like, wolf, go get the white egg from the castle.
No, we won't do that. We won't do that. No.
I reckon we should call it Josh.
That's a good name. I like that name.
Yeah. My suggestion. I should call him Josh.
Okay.
Josh.
He's a bit short.
And with that, you now move on to...
In his hair.
Got ball patches all over.
That's because we're shaving him.
Yeah.
And this nasty looking red bit on his side.
And with that, he's not watching. He will watch this. He will watch this on the pod, I'm sure. And with that, you now move on to stage 2, which is to make the decoy smell like a goblin. Now, we're still in order, so kick 2 fingers. You're walking away from the wolf's cave, and having had the idea to go to the wolves anyway, the party looks to you now to come up with an idea for what you're going to do to make the decoy smell like a goblin.
Well, I suppose we could roll it around in the goblin mud pit. Goblin marinade.
Yeah.
Oh, delicious.
So you head with the party to the goblin mud pits. And you're stood here looking overseeing. You can see the goblin mud pits, and there's some goblins just throwing mud around. Some are bathing and washing themselves with it. And there's another that's squatting and adding his own mud to the mud pit. What is your idea to get the dog in? Are you just going to grab the dog and throw it in?
No, that's rude. We'll introduce him first. He's Josh, one of the tourist pack. He's from out of town.
He's one of my guys. I've never met him before in my life.
Okay, so your plan is to introduce... You're introducing the wolf to everybody. Okay.
And it's an out of town goblin.
Like a goblin.
Would you like to roll a d6 for me?
Woohoo!
And at first, everyone, all the goblins that had seen you come over with this wolf, at first you could see there was panic. But now you're introducing them, everyone seems, oh, yeah. Oh, Josh is nice. Oh, yeah, he is in here. Oh, lovely. Oh, is he a goblin? Is he your son? And, yeah.
I wish he's the son I always wanted.
the tension around the mud pit calms and is favourable to you. Drag it.
Yes.
What is your plan? Everyone seems to be calm about the presence of Josh, the wolf. What is your plan here to get the wolf into the mud pits? To smell like a goblin.
If Josh no like mud, bring mud to Josh.
Okay. So your Dragit's just going to scoop up some mud and go and attempt to put it on the wall? Okay. Would you like to roll your d6?
Oh, that could have been worse.
And you go down to the mud, and Dragit goes to scoop up the mud. And as he does, he finds a sword that was underneath the mud. And it slices... Oh, is it +1? Sorry, is it? Yes, it is. Apologies. Ooh, that was close. Apologies. What
does a slice, Andy?
So it slices between your two fingers, but as you lift up and the sword sticks out, the wolf sees it, and the wolf starts to get agitated and is starting to panic itself, and it starts to growl and bark as it sees this weapon that it knows too well. Well reminded there, Paul. Dot, what is your...
Looks like Josh is getting excited to be in the mud pit.
And
I reckon it's the perfect time for a photograph. Everybody,
And I'll shout to everybody in the mud pit.
everybody come in, huddle around Josh. I'll get a picture.
And then I get my camera ready, take a picture of everyone crowding around this clearly panicked wolf.
Okay. Would you like to
Let's
roll?
hold him down with that body weight.
Oh no!
But now
I didn't
you did have a -1, but Tony has saved you here because she has done a goblin power, so you can re-roll this.
Hey, couldn't
Hey.
worse.
Well, no, because you've still got -1, so it's still something
Couldn't
bad.
worse.
And yeah, and everyone gathers round, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, photo." And as you take this picture, and the flash goes off, and the wolf is blinded by the flash, and all of a sudden the wolf, being blinded, starts to growl and snarl and bite at anything it can because it thinks it's being attacked now.
Oh, he's not very photogenic.
Oh gosh.
I can only just imagine what that photo would look like.
Babyface Buggins, you're stood here. You've just had a lovely photo. You're a bit dazzled from the flash yourself.
There's a couple of people in this crowd around Josh that used to poke my red cheeks, and I'm just gonna nudge them right into the wolf and hope that it bites that person and eats some of that way. It'll get blood all over and it'll smell just like a goblin because you'll just have eaten one. And I'll get rid of one of those nasty goblins that keeps bullying me.
Wow, that changed the course of actions very quickly. Right, do you want to roll on your vicious plan?
Roll as well.
He's got a re-roll. So you rolled a 2, which -1 would have made it a 1, but you've got to... Jade has forced you to do a re-roll here, so you've got to roll it again, regardless.
Well, it can't be any worse.
5.
4.
With the -1, that brings it still to something good. And you push a goblin, and it lands onto the wolf and shoves the wolf. And the wolf bites at the goblin that just landed on him and tears his neck in two. But having dealt with its attacker, the wolf is distracted and somewhat calmer now as it's just munching away on this dead goblin.
We've got no successes yet, right?
No successes on so far on making him smell like a goblin.
It's a work in progress.
Kit, 2 fingers. What is your plan here?
There's a good boy. Just everyone be calm. Shh. You're a good boy.
You're just trying to lull the dog. Okay. Would you like to roll me your d6? You have got a +1 on this as well.
Nothing to make a difference.
Unfortunately,
Please, can I get a reroll?
as you're telling everyone to be calm and everything, and you're like, please, oh,
Yes.
go on. Seeing as I hadn't finished the explanation, I will allow you to re-roll.
A panicked scrolling.
You get a 6
Yes!
-1 is a success.
Yeah.
So I'll allow that.
Success.
Don't.
Push it over the line, boys.
Dave, you came in just the same time as Bog. I'll refund you those points so you can spend them again if you wish.
It could go to the next roll, next person.
No. You might not want it on the next person, so you can I've refunded, so you can put it on whoever you want.
He's quite charismatic.
So Kit, you put your hands out and you're like, calm down. And the wolf hears this, and somehow the voice that you say it in is so commanding. The wolf lies down in the mud, and thus coating the bottom half of itself in the mud,
That's
giving
how
you.
you get it done. Pure skill.
But it's not covered enough. You want to get this wolf fully covered, but it's a start. Where we drag it. What do you plan to do? The wolf is calmer now. It's lying in the mud. What is your plan?
Hug it.
Okay.
You're going to hug it?
Drag it. It's lie down. It's calm. Drag it from the hug.
Okay.
Drag it like
Yeah. Okay. Dragit's going in for a hug. Would you like to roll?
yeah.
Yeah, and Dragit, your hands are still obviously covered in the mud from when you scooped some up. And you go over to the wolf and you begin a hug, and you start, as you're hugging, you're coating it with more and more mud. So yeah, well done. That's another success. Dot, you're looking at Dragit, who's covering the wolf in mud. It's almost fully covered, but you still think that it needs to be fully covered.
Which bit's not covered? Is it its face?
It's its arse.
Ah. Okay.
Because you don't hug an arse.
Okay, in that case.
Unless you're married.
Depends how tall you are.
I'm gonna clap my hands and shout and say,
Hey everybody, bet you can't hit that hairy goblin on the arse with mud.
and I'll shout at all the other goblins who are slightly blinded and dazed and slightly mauled from the wolf to try and get them to throw mud at the wolf's bum.
Okay. Would you like to roll me a d6?
Boy, would I. Hey!
Yeah, and yeah, as you do this, all of a sudden, what you hear a whew, as mud lands near you, and all of a sudden, one goblin just turns around, mud fight, and all of a sudden, there's just mud being flung left, right, and centre, and the dog jumps up, thinking they're balls to catch and everything, and very quickly in front of you, the dog is just obliterated and is covered in mud. And you have successfully made the wolves now smell like a goblin. Babyface Boggins. As everyone is enjoying this mud fight, you're sat there watching this, and you have an idea on how you're going to make yourselves not smell like a goblin. What is it?
It's not going to be very popular, but I have a big pot filled with water, and we can warm it up on the fire, and all jump in and have. We could have a bath.
Okay. Would you like to roll a d6 on that idea?
I rolled a 3.
And you say this out loud, and all the goblins, your party, look at you in disgust. The idea of having a bath.
Yeah.
Oh.
You complete and utter deviant! You should be ashamed! Ashamed! Shame!
Shame!
Goblin wants a bath! Kit Two Fingers. Having heard such a terrible idea, you have now come up with your own idea of how you're going to make yourselves no longer smell like a goblin.
I was having the genius idea of invading the cobbler shop so we could smell like shoes.
Invading the cobbler's shop.
Yes. Did I stutter?
No, I just wanted to make sure I heard that right.
Shoes don't smell like goblins.
Do you want to roll me a d6?
No.
And you've got a -1 on this. Which, according to the rules, means a double failure. But it doesn't really matter because you've only got 1 damage left anyway. And so, yeah, you make this suggestion, and out of nowhere, you just hear that.
Let's put a reroll in chat.
Ooh, she's bung!
Yes.
I didn't say it, so I will let it. You may re-roll 1 more time. And you've still got the -1, so that counts as something bad, unfortunately, still, but it doesn't hurt you.
You can finish your sentence, but I don't die.
And you hear a...
Invincible!
You hear a... And a boot hits you in the face. And you just hear from the back of the crowd, "We don't have a cobbler's shop! What do goblins want with shoes? Can I have that one back?"
No, it's fine now.
Drag it.
Why do you think this is some kind of Monty Python episode? Jeez.
You say that. Just remember that. Drag it. In this moment, you see this shoe fly and hit Kit Two Fingers in the face. You are struck with an idea yourself of how you're going to make yourselves no longer smell like a goblin. What's your idea?
Garbage. We smell like garbage.
What'd you
Yes,
call
goblins. Okay. Yes, goblins do smell of garbage.
Garbage smells like garbage.
Oh, right. Okay. You want to smell more like garbage? Okay. Okay, so you're right. So you have this idea that you're going. You need to rub yourselves in garbage to smell less like goblins and more just like general garbage. It's slightly distinct. Roll me a d6 on your plan here.
Hey.
Yeah, and your idea is good. Yeah, and everyone's like, yes, we'll do. And so you travel to the garbage pile in the camp, and yeah, so you're now it's a good idea. Everyone agrees. You're all like, yeah, good idea. We'll smell like the garbage. Dot, you've arrived at the garbage fields. You've got Josh in tow, who's soaked in goblin mud. And you've arrived at the garbage pit. What's your idea?
Right, well, there's lots of things in the garbage pit. So I'm gonna look for a barrel that might have some smelly liquid in it. And if I can find the barrel, I'm gonna bite it with my teeth to put a hole in it. Because I've got big teeth.
Okay. Would you like to roll a d6 on that?
Oh no. I think barrel beats teeth.
And you look through the garbage pile and you find a barrel and you go to bite in it and the barrel is filled with poison and it gushes into your mouth and you take a gulp of it and you take a damage point for doing so. And you throw it. It's horrible. You feel weak and tired from it. Babyface Boggins, you see Dot bited into this barrel and poison just pouring out, green sludge just pouring out.
What stupid goblin! That was clearly a poison barrel. Anyone could see that. I'm gonna look around for some scraps of food and make a quick fire and rustle up some soup, and then I'm gonna smear it. It's gonna go all sludgy, and it's gonna be like sludge, and I'm gonna bathe in it. I'm not gonna bathe in it. That's a horrible thing to say. I got killed for that last time. I'm gonna get the sludge that I make, and I'm gonna just pour it all over my body.
So you're making
making
a soup with the garbage?
I'm making a garbage soup. And then garbage soup.
Yep. Okay, let's see how well this goes.
Not very well.
And you go down to start building a fire ready for this fire pit. And you go to light your fire. And you forget that you are at a garbage pit. And all of a sudden, the vapour that has been seeping out of all the garbage ignites. And the whole garbage field ignites into fire.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Kit Two Fingers. What is your plan here?
Well, when in Rome, I'm going to look for bags of old shoes.
What is with the shoe theme? Roll a d6, for God's sake. Fuck's sake. Yes! No, it's a 4. It's a 4 because of the -1, unfortunately.
God damn it!
And you look around the piles of burning trash that's around you, and you find a bag that looks like it's full of shoes, and you pull the bag, and you now have a bag of shoes, but you've managed to, as you move this bag, some of the trash falls and puts out the fire that's near you guys.
Yeah,
I'm a wizard.
that's magic, that is.
Drag it.
Yeah.
What is your plan here?
Still same. Just burnt garbage. Smell like burnt garbage.
Okay, so you're just gonna grab some garbage and smudge it on you?
Yeah, but not on fire.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So roll me the d6. Now you have got +1 though, so it's a 3. And you grab this garbage, and as you grab this garbage and lift it up, you see a jet of gas pour out from where you've just moved something, and the whole area around you reignites once more in a blaze, and you just manage to jump away from it just in time. Dot Tooth Whistle.
Right, well, clearly the barrel idea didn't go well, and the garbage seems to keep attacking us, but that bag of shoes look promising. So I'm gonna leap head first into this bag of shoes.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yep. And it's -1, so it is a 3. You leap across, you hit the bag of shoes, and it goes flying out of Kit Two Fingers' hands, because he hasn't got a grip, he's only got 2 fingers left. And the bag goes somersaulting across and lands right in the pit of fire of garbage and ignites instantaneously.
Oh, no.
God damn it!
Babyface
No, they say.
Boggins.
There's plenty more shoes in the garbage.
Babyface Boggins. What is your idea here?
I'm gonna use my sling and knock a bird out of the sky and then roast it and then rub it all over us and then we'll smell like roasted chicken.
I wish I knew what that rubber tasted like.
Right? And Babyface goes, he pulls back his sling, and he lets go, and he sees a seagull. But the sling, it's not a great one. And you see it go up with the rock, the sling twists, and it brings the rock straight back down and smashes into Babyface. These rolls, right?
Yeah! Someone move the button!
The button's not where it was at the start of the night. It took me a while to find it.
I'm not finished, so I will allow Croy, you may re-roll.
I think we've all used our rerolls now, though, as players.
It's still a 2.
It's still a 2, so it doesn't change.
Oh, no.
And the rock comes back, and it smashes into the face of Babyface Boggins, who just collapses on the floor and has killed himself. Oh no, that's only 1 point. Sorry, that's only 1 point for you, I believe. So it knocks you on the floor. Yeah, you've not taken one. Sorry.
Let's go to the at-risk group.
So and you're on the floor, and this rock is now lodged in your eye. Kit Two Fingers. What is your plan here? If you say another bag of shoes.
I would like to find a bag of...
Are you going after the same bag of shoes, or are you trying to find another bag of shoes?
A different one?
Okay.
That one's on fire, I believe.
Yes, they are. Roll me a d6. And you step onto the trash pile. Oh, for God's sake, Mom! For God's sake, Mom!
I love you!
Go on, a re-roll!
Victory!
And you step onto the trash pile to grab what you think is a bag of shoes. And as you do, you just drop into a sludge pit of trash that was where you were standing, and you are just covered up to your shoulders in gunky, gooey trash. You are pretty much done. You will no longer smell like a goblin.
I have the shoes in one!
You also have a bag of shoes in your hands. Kit. Not Kit, sorry. Dragit. One of you has successfully covered yourselves and no longer smells like a goblin. What is your idea to get the rest of you sorted?
Do exactly what he did. The same.
Foul smelling hot tub, anyone?
Okay, so you're gonna jump into the gooey pit that he's discovered. Okay. Let's get a roll off you.
Look, it has its own bubbles.
And you go to jump into... And that is a reroll, Jade!
Oh,
Thank
no.
you, Jade. Yes! This is where I want the reroll. Can we have a reroll? Oh, come on! Yeah, and you jump him, and as you land next to Kit, you kind of go into a cannonball, and you probably even shout it as you land. And you land into this pit, and it splashes. You cover yourself, but the splash covers the other goblins who are stood watching this pit. And you are now all safely drenched in garbage and no longer smell like a goblin.
We know garbage. We know goblin, we garbage.
And by doing this, you have now completed task 1.
They said it couldn't be done in a single session.
We're gonna do it! We're gonna do it!
We's got
Right. What we're gonna do is, this is a brilliant place to take a quick break. So we're gonna have a quick 10-minute break, guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and we will finish task 2 and task 3. So, I told you would enjoy this one, guys. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Go get yourselves a drink, go get yourselves a refreshment, go relieve yourselves in whichever ways you see fit. Go get a cheeseburger from McDonald's, why not? See if you can do that in 10 minutes. Not sponsored by McDonald's. Might be sponsored by Greg's. We'll see. We're not really.
We are goblins.
Oh, we should have called the wolf Greg.
We shoulda, woulda, coulda. Back in 10 minutes, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hello! Completely cut that time countdown, didn't I?
Everybody!
Welcome back, everyone. We're back. Hope you've all got your refreshments. If any of you managed to get to McDonald's back in 10 minutes, congratulations. If you're still at McDonald's, let me know if they've got any milkshakes. It's a theory. Right, so we're gonna delve straight back into this. But before we do, there's just something I want to explain because it's been highlighted during the break. You'll have to forgive us, chat, because we're learning this. This is the first time any of us have really delved into this. And even though Josh is away on holiday and hasn't messaged us, he's managed to point out that we're doing something wrong. I don't know how that happens. So there's two things that we've done wrong. The first thing is I forgot to do the complication. Okay, so we should have done a complication before we started stage 3 to see what the complication was going to be. I forgot to do that. So I was going to redo that and just add it in now. However, we've realised that I forgot to do another mechanic of this game, which is to do with the heirlooms and the expertise and the dreams and the features of each individual goblin, which is, and I'll quickly go through it now so you're all aware, and obviously chat is aware. If you're watching this to learn how to play the game, this is very important information because it's the main rules. So if you, out of all your heirlooms, your expertise, your dreams and your features, if you can give a good explanation to how they're going to help you in your action, so be your heirloom with your stick and you're waving that specific stick, or your love of animals, you get an extra dice per feature that you're using. So you could have up to 5 dice that you're going to roll. However, just to warn you, all rolls valid. It's not we take the best one, we not take the worst one. They all count. So if you roll all 6s, you instantly complete the task. If you roll all 1s, you're dead. And if you roll 6 3s, then the next person gets a 5 3, should I say, because max is 5. If you roll 5 3s, the next person gets a -5 to every single one of their rolls. So,
Wow.
we're going to bring that rule back in now we're going to actually follow that rule for task 2. So if any of you want to use any of your heirloom, your expertise, your dream, or your goblin's personal feature, you will gain an extra dice for it. Okay? And if I miss it, just tell me. If you're in your description, I don't realise you're doing that, just tell me. But obviously, if you have a -1 from the previous person's roll, all your dice will have a -1 on it. So you might not want to do it when you're on the negative. Okay? So because... Where did you get that from?
What?
What do you mean redemption?
The channel about
redemption.
Yeah.
The channel about redemption.
Oh god.
It's gonna be Dragon's redemption arc starts now. For stabbing.
Oh, right. You can re-roll 1 dice. If you're rolling 5 and chat give you a re-roll, you could re-roll any of the dice of your choosing, which I'm pretty sure you'll probably pick the lowest anyway. But we'll allow you to re-roll 1. No, you're choosing. Yeah, I'll let you guys choose. Have some control. Otherwise, chat will probably just troll you. So yeah, we'll say if you get a re-roll, we'll allow you to re-roll whichever is your lowest dice, basically. I would have to read up on the book to see exactly how it's supposed to work on multiple rolls. I don't think it said it. It just stated that you re-roll. If it's wrong, we'll pick it up next time. Hey, we're learning this game, sort of thing. It's so simple, and we're fucking it up. Right.
Thanks for telling me all the rules before you went away.
I'm sure Josh will come back, watch this, and then explain what we're sure of. So we are now starting, and just for chat's benefit, and mine and yours, we are now moving on to task 2. You've completed task 1. You all have taken 1 damage, so you're all still on 1 health left for your first goblins. Don't forget, you have got multiple. And we're now moving on to task 2, which is to fetch the white dragon egg from the black tower. So stage 1, position the decoy in place for the dragon. Stage 2 is to sneak into the tower. And stage 4, run. This is now task 2, so the difficulty has increased. And now you need to get 4 successes to complete each stage of this task. And before we begin, we're going to do the complication. So, one of you, if you could kindly roll me a d3. And I won't forget this time. Who's going to be?
Dragon!
Yeah, go on, drag it. A 2.
Yeah.
So on stage 2, when you sneak into the tower, there's going to be a complication.
The complication that the goblins are trying to think.
So if I do forget, remind me. Chat. If I forget and they don't remind me. Stage 2, when we start it, there is a complication that must be done. Right. So you've all covered yourselves in trash. You have Josh, the wolf, now covered in goblin mud.
The Doglin.
The Doglin.
Doglin. Yeah.
Doglin. And you now have the job of positioning Josh in a position where the dragon will go for him and allow you to get into the tower undetected. So you guys come up to this tower, and this tower is huge. It's the biggest thing in the whole goblin camp. It almost reaches 20 foot tall.
That's bigger than me.
It's huge. And this tower, it's quite wide. There's a big door at the bottom. And you all are aware, goblins have told many a tale, there's a staircase inside that leads to the top where the dragon usually lays and sits on its nest.
I mean, this tower was only like a few inches tall this morning. Wow.
So, as this is a new task, we're going to do a new order of procedure. So if you'd all like to roll a d10, and we will do the new order. Kit's rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So Tony will be going first. Then it'll be Paul. Then Croy. Followed by Lloyd. Cool. And you've all already taken 1 point of damage. Right. On with the show then. So, drag it. As you were successful in getting the whole team covered in garbage, you approach the tower, and you're the first to see the tower. What is your first idea that you're going to tell the group that you should do? What is your plan?
Need to find dragon. Where dragon? Have to look around for a dragon.
Okay, remember, for stage 1, your job is to position the decoy in a place for the dragon.
Okay. I will. Josh comes with me as close, past the testing ground, just past testing ground.
Mm-hmm.
Then we wait.
Okay. So, yeah, you feel that if you go a bit further away from the tower and you wait in a big opening where the dragon's known to come and cause chaos upon time. And yeah, so you turn to Josh and let's get a roll off you to start the game.
Josh.
Yeah. And you turn to Josh the wolf and you go to pet it on the head. And as you do, the wolf just bites your hand clean off. And your goblin dies.
Oh, bugger.
Which
Big dragon's
means
dead.
we get to introduce your second goblin, don't we?
Talk
Now-
about using your head.
Speaking of having your hand bitten off, you may have to forgive Meow Nerva for this next one. When she drew this, she had just lost her hand due to a wolf
Heavily
being bitten.
intoxicated.
and may have had a drink to help deal with it. So this is what Meow Never has submitted for Parp the Git. Would you like to explain yourself?
Still the most noble goblin I've ever seen.
Would you like to introduce Parp the Git to everyone?
He's got a skin condition.
He smells really good though.
We really could do the description because the visuals aren't helping.
Part?
Yes, Bog, it is covered in trash. Well done. Good recovery there.
Parp is all different smells. Parp is so delicious. He smells delicious. It's different places. All the different places, different colour is different smell. So delicious. So amazing.
And usually
Scratch and sniff.
Parp would be emanating so many different smells in a rainbow fire. Unfortunately, he did join you when you went to the pit, and he is covered in garbage at the moment to cover up that smell.
Delicious smelling garbage.
And he sees Dragit on the floor, and he grabs the cup off Dragit's dead hand. My cup. Not Kit, sorry. Dot Toothweasel. What is your plan here?
Well, we
Having
managed
just
to get
seen
it.
Dragit die.
Looks like Josh is busy eating poor Dragit. So I suppose if we can attract the dragon out here, and then we can go into the tower. So I'm gonna take a bunch of pictures of the landscape. Not gonna waste my film, and that should make a big flash, and maybe that'll make the dragon come over to see what it is. And that'll get the decoy to be in the right place.
Okay. So you're using your heirloom, yes?
I'm using my heirloom, this is correct.
Okay. Would you like to roll me 2d6s then?
I would. That's a 6 and a 3.
Yeah, and you start flashing,
Soft flash.
and you hear a roar emanate from the top of the tower. And from over the edge of the tower, you see the black shadow of the dragon head emerge up. And
The tower's growing ahead.
He's blocked by the sun. The sun's right behind him. You just see this black silhouette of a head just rise up into the sun.
It's only a model.
And yeah, you are on the way. You've now got the attention of the dragon.
Which may not be a great thing.
But you have given a disadvantage because this dragon is now looking at your whole party. You're all stood together still. You've just highlighted where your party is. The dragon is now aware that you're all stood there.
Worth it.
Babyface Boggins! Babyface Boggins, what is your plan of action?
I'm gonna use my axe of exhausting chopping, and I'm gonna go to where Bucket is, and I'm gonna chop him up, and I'm gonna put his bits all over Josh.
Or drag it.
Dead anyway. He's not gonna notice.
How's that gonna help?
So you're gonna you're cutting up Dragit to make some more bait.
We're cutting up the corpse and then we're going to drag it all over
So
the
you
wolf.
say, drag it is not chop it.
And you're using your axe of exhausting chopping.
It's a bit blunt.
That'd be a terrible way to die.
Okay, let's have
Use it.
2d6 off you.
But who in a 5?
Yeah, and
With -1s on both.
you begin chopping. Poor drag it up.
We have a reroll.
Oh, Bong!
Bong to the rescue.
Bong has given Cry a reroll, which will take over the 2 that he rolled. Can we get one more d6, Cry?
I can, yep. It's a 2! Yay!
It's a 2. It doesn't change it. So,
Yeah.
Babyface, you bring your axe down. You begin chopping up, drag it, and you blood goes flying everywhere. Parts go everywhere, and you scatter a feast. But as you bring down your axe for one of the last times, you lose your grip, and the axe drops straight down you and slices you in half. And thus ends the life. Thus ends the life of Babyface Boggins.
You think he's alright?
And as Babyface Boggins dies, we see coming up running behind another goblin known as Grumpy Big Nose. Cry, would you like to introduce Grumpy Big Nose?
I'm Grumpy Big Nose. I'm very grumpy, and I still dream of being a brilliant coconut chef. But I just can't get this nose out of my face. It makes me annoyed.
And yeah, Big Nose comes up and just picks the axe out of the body of Babyface Boggins, who has now added himself to the pit of goblin chunks that are scattered on this field now. Dos! you have made this feast more enticing, by the way. So you see the dragon take off and you see the silhouette of the dragon hovering above the tower, coming down at you. Dot, what is your plan here?
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you. No, sorry, it's not. Sorry, apologies. No, it will be. It's Kit Two Fingers. Kit Two Fingers.
I could have just skipped the entire round and not died.
Kit Two Fingers.
Okay, let's see what we're dealing with.
What's your plan here, Kit?
More magic.
Okay.
I have my magic stick
Yep.
and this book that may or may not be magical.
Okay.
I can read, but I can't read magic.
Right.
Honest.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast fireball.
You're going to attempt to cast fireball at the dragon.
Yes. In the fire, whatever this. Yeah, the magic explosion.
Okay.
In the magic explosion testing ground.
So you're using your wooden stick that you swear blind is from a wizard.
Yeah.
And you're pretending that you could read from this book that you've pulled out as well to cast this spell.
So if something blows up in the next 25 minutes,
Okay. So
it was
can I
directly posed by me.
3d6 from you? Yeah.
Yes!
You got a 3, a 5, and a 6. So yeah.
Glory!
And you stand there and you're saying words, you're waving your stick in the air, And the stick catches the sunlight once again. And unbeknownst to you, it caught the sunlight in such a way that it sent a blast of sunlight back to this dragon, who, as you all watch, falls out of the sky and lands on the floor in front of you. And as it does, you realise it was never a dragon. It's a chicken.
Uh-oh.
Oh
What a
God,
little cock.
even worse.
But as this chicken falls down to the floor, Josh the wolf goes wild and runs right for the chicken. And you have succeeded in
There's always
stage
a fan, a big
1.
black rooster.
Which now brings us on to task 2, to sneak into the tower, which probably won't need to sneak so much now, but to sneak into the tower. However, I have remembered there is a complication for this task.
Complication. Chat, don't
So-
forget to remind them.
I have remembered the complication. So what we're going to do is now the book has 2 tables. It has the generic table, and then it has an advanced table. And of course, we're going for the advanced table now.
We are very advanced.
So we're going to,
I'm
first of
super
all,
advanced.
I'm going to roll a d6 to see what type of misfortune is going to be befitting you. I'll roll 1d6. That was not the right command. I rolled a 6, which brings us to the table of miscellaneous problems. Okay?
Oh boy.
Oh God.
And I will roll
Oh
one
no, we
more
got scurvy.
1d6 to see which miscellaneous number 4. Everybody is all of a sudden really hungry, and you all need to eat immediately.
Oh no.
Looks at the chicken.
So, we're starting this with Pop, you get. You are stood there, you've just seen this chicken go down. You see Josh the wolf running towards this chicken. But all of a sudden, just seeing this chicken, you're like, chicken! All goblins love chicken. What are you going to do? You must solve your hunger.
No, I'll die. I'll eat dragon.
Yeah.
It's a good job this didn't
probably
happen when
closer.
you had the egg, because that could have been really interesting.
It might still happen.
Whatever you do, you have to have some sort of explanation to how you're dealing with your hunger.
I'm just straight up gonna deal with my hunger.
Okay?
I like animals. I can't eat chicken. It's too alive.
Do a lot.
Yes. I don't kill animals. They may die around me, but I don't kill animals.
Yep.
So he's going to eat the next best thing that's close by and already chopped up in chunks.
The wolf.
I mean, the nearest thing near you would be drag its chopped up body. Okay.
Or big.
A whole new spin on recycling your characters.
As you have used your clan's use of making friends with animals, I'm going to make you roll 2d6.
Okay.
A 4 and a 6. Yeah. And
Nice.
you grab parts of Dragget, and you start chomping them down. And as you do, you feel good about it. You feel that hunger in you. The hunger disappears, and you just casually start walking towards the tower, and you get to the tower entrance without any issue. Yep. That moves us on to Dot. Dot.
That wolf's not getting that chicken. That chicken's mine. I'm gonna rush that chicken. I'm gonna throw the camera at the wolf as I run past it to slow it down and pounce on the chicken and try to bite it with my big pointy teeth.
You could just blind the wolf again.
No, I'm just gonna throw the camera at it.
Okay. And as you're doing this, Dot, and you run, you throw your camera, the wolf turns to you, and you're there, hungry as ever, and your fangs are produced, and you scare the wolf. So can you roll me 3d6, please?
Yeah.
But fortunately, I mean, there is a +1 from Meow Nerva's roll that you get on each one of them. So it's a 6, a 3, and Lloyd has given you a re-roll.
Oh, I mean, that technically makes it worse. Okay.
So you're re-rolling the 1 here. That now becomes a 5. So with 2 successes and a negative. So you're running down and you jump on the chicken. You take big bites of it. Josh the wolf gets scared and lets out a yelp and runs off. And yeah, you stand back up. You've eaten the whole chicken. And you carry on walking.
Of course.
But unfortunately, the wolf is heading back towards the rest of your goblin party that are still stood in the clearing. But that is 2 successes to the goal, yeah. So 1 more success, and you will have somehow reached the dragon egg. We'll see how that happens. Cry. Babyface Boggins. You're stood on this clearing.
He's dead.
Oh no, he's dead, sorry. This is Grumpy Big Nose. Apologies. Rest in peace, Big Face.
Big nose. He's got a very big nose, and he puts a lot of things up it. So he gets the axe of exhausting chopping, and he sticks it up his nose, and he rummages about for a bit, and he gives it a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a tug, and he pulls the giant booger, and he slams it in his mouth, and he slobbers it, and it feels tasty.
That is so disturbing. Let's get 3 d6s off you. Bearing in mind, all your d6s. All your d6s have got a -1.
Brilliant.
Hey!
So that's a 5, a 1, and a 0.
Success.
And a 0 does mean that you unfortunately, Grumpy Big Nose shoves this axe up, and as he spins it round and he pulls it out, he collapses down dead. You've
At least it's
pulled
not hungry anymore.
on the edge of your axe. There is a brain. Kit, you grab this because
Josh's life.
yeah, Kit, you grab part of this brain because you're hungry, and you gobble that down very quickly, and your hunger is gone. And yeah, Grumpy Big Nose is completely dead. But by doing so, you've fed Kit's hunger, and he then joins up with the rest of them to the tower. As Grumpy Big Nose collapses, another goblin arrives. Cry, would you like to introduce your next goblin? Plutonium Pete, the ever ready.
When I was on the trail for the finest species of eating. I found a glowing rock, and I ate it. And suddenly, I was glowing brightly, always, and it doesn't stop. And I just glow, and I'm a little bit shaken up by it.
And as you arrive, Plutonium Pete, you see Grumpy Big Nose with this axe sticking, just holding in his hand with this brain off. And you pick up the axe and you shake off the remainder of the brain, and you follow on with the rest of the goblins who are heading into the tower. And you all make your way up the tower, quite happy now, thinking you've defeated the famous dragon of the tower.
Dragon tastes
And
delicious.
you get to the top, and there in front of you is the egg. And you pick up the egg, and you're all quite pleased with yourself at this moment. When up in the sky, you see a horde of chickens flying at you,
Oh no.
screeching and calling at you. It is time to, as you planned, run.
Cheese it, lads.
Like it.
So,
I just
Kit,
Grab its cousin.
Kit Two Fingers.
run. It is time to run.
Kit, you're holding the egg
Why?
because it's your turn.
Could I have a carry crate, please? I got a disability.
What is your plan, Kit?
Carry the egg in a box and run as fast as I can.
Okay.
I don't need to be the fastest goblin. I just need to not be the slowest goblin.
Okay. Would you like to roll me 1d6?
Oh well.
And Kit,
Master.
you look around and there's a box there. You put the egg in it, and you grab the box and you push it to move as a cart. And you get to the first step going back down. The cart drops down, and you forgot. And you go head over the cart, and you roll down the stairs. Bang, 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 bang. And you're not sure whether it was the first, second, or the 50th step that killed you.
I can only count to 2.
But you all watch as Kit, and you hear the banging as you hear Kit. Bang, 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 bang.
You think he's alright?
I'm okay.
And as you hear this and you know that Kit has just died from the sound of horrificness coming from the stairs, a head pops up. Lloyd, would you like to introduce him with the face?
Oh look, it's him with the face.
Hello, it's me. Him.
And you all see it's him with the face. Of course, you all know him with the face. And he pops his head up from the stairs.
I was born in this bucket, so no one has ever seen my actual face.
And he's holding the staff that poor Kit went down with. He must have grabbed it as Kit must have dropped it on the stairs as he fell down.
Good catch.
Hello.
Pop!
Yeah, we're running away, mate.
Pop! What is your plan? The egg is sat in front of you in a crate at the top of the stairs.
I want to put egg in tankard. It has handle, and run downstairs.
Okay.
Egg and tankard race.
And as you do this, you grab the egg. You are causing a loud noise, and you're drawing attention of that herd of chickens. So can you roll me 3d6, please? 'Cause- That's a 1, a 2, and a 5. A 1, a 2, and a 5. So yeah, you the egg goes into the tankard, and you run for the steps. But just like Kit, you forgot there was a set of stairs. And as you're concentrating, looking back at the chickens, your foot goes out for the next bit, and whoa, there's nothing there. And you let go of the cup and flies above you, and Parp, you too fall down the stairs. Bang, 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 bang. And
He's
Parp
alright.
has just died.
Well, I guess not.
And once again, just as this cup is flying through the air, it gets caught by the hand of Jeff, the slightly taller... Oh no, Sango, that's the wrong sheet. Sorry. It gets caught by Lickit, who said that thing about Rip It.
Well, lick it.
This picture's quite good. Tony's managed to stay within the lines on this one. And Lickit has caught this cup with the golden egg. The golden cup with the white egg in it.
Lickit can't come.
Good job of running away.
Speaking of which, Dot! What is your plan?
We've somehow got partway down these stairs.
No, you're all still on the top of this tower at the moment. None of you have managed to make the stairs yet.
Okay, we've got this crate which was precariously placed at the top stairs.
Yeah.
Clearly that's going to be the fastest way down, so I'm going to run and jump and slide on it like a snowboard all the way down. We've got experience in doing things in distant lands, like over there and, up north and back down there, So we've done things like this before, us tourists. And I'm going to try to slide down the stairs.
Yeah. And as doing this, you would not be blending in whatsoever. So please roll me 2d6.
Yes.
That's a 3 and a 5. And yes, you jump on this crate, you grab the egg, and you manage to get down a few steps with the egg, making some sort of progress, when the crate falls to pieces under your feet. And all of a sudden, the crate goes scattering down the stairs, and there is now small broken bits of wood all the way down the stairs. Plutonium Pete.
This looks a little bit precarious. I'm going to concentrate and grab and just walk down the stairs without doing anything because I've got a -1.
You have got a -1 on all rolls, yes.
So I'm going to try really hard to just get there.
Yeah, and as you do, you go down into the tower that's really dark normally, but because you're lighting it up, that's very helpful. So that's another D6 on top of that one, if you would mind, please, Cry.
Yeah, I was trying very hard to avoid that. Yes.
2 successes. A success.
No, it's a success and something good. And yes, so the something good, yeah, your plutonium, you as you go down and it's dark, you light the whole place up, and everyone can see now where all those splintered woods are. And you successfully managed to help the party get a few more steps down the tower. Him with the face.
It's a good thing the chickens can't tell the difference between light and dark, otherwise they would know exactly where we are.
Him with the face. What's your plan here?
Don't really have one.
You better think of one.
I just gotta book it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the tower,
Yeah,
the tower's lit up. You're
use
just
some of these splinters to like slow down the chickens.
running down the stairs. Yeah.
Because they have a fatal allergy, as it is known in the books. The pointy pieces of wood. And
Yeah.
angry wolves.
And as you run past everyone, all the other goblins just cannot take note of your noteworthy hat that you're wearing. So please roll 2d6.
I'm quite a fashion icon. Oh no.
Now you do get a +1. You get a +1. So this is something bad and something good, and they do cancel each other out. But yeah, you're running down the stairs. You do kick a few more pieces of the wood that travel further, but you are clearing the path, the immediate path right now. So you're helping now, but you're still making it a problem further down the stairs.
Mama always did say I was the most middle of the road.
Terrible. Lick It, who said that thing about Rip It. What is your plan here? You're all in this tower travelling down. Plutonium Pete is illuminating so you can see your way. Have you got a good idea, or are you just following everyone down the stairs?
Run.
Yep. Just general, you're running down the stairs, okay? Would Go on, just roll 1d6. A 4, yeah. And yeah, you run down, and as you're running down, you're also too kicking some of the planks as you go down and helping clear the path for the rest of your party that's with you. And yeah, you've now given advantage to the next person, which is Lick It, who's not Lick It. Sorry, it's Dot. Dot again. Dot, the still first goblin that survived. Dot.
Right, don't jinx it. So I'll get down. I look over my shoulder, I see them chickens are gaining on us. But this is a super cinematic shot. So as I'm running, I'm gonna take a picture.
Yeah.
It might not help, but I want to take a picture.
As you turn around on the stairs, of everyone who's running down, you once again, you're very good at this. You significantly put yourself out there as someone not blending in with everyone, and you take a picture. So 3d6, please.
I explode.
Yeah, and you.
One victory.
No
The
victory.
non-radioactive goblin is the one who just spontaneously detonates.
There's no. Oh no, there is. Sorry, there is one victory. Yeah. So yeah, you turn around, you take these pictures, and the chickens get all dusted and blazed, and you see them all messing around and everything. They're distracted, but you turn around on a flight of stairs, and Dot takes another step back, but there's no stair, and Dot has accidentally stood off the staircase.
Oh, bugger.
And you just see Dot fall backwards, Matrix style. And you all...
Do you think I'll be alright?
And you look down and you can see Dot has just spread out across the floor. Blood trails and everything.
Looks like there's 3 of them.
And
Like a big dot on the floor.
as you're looking down, you see another goblin walk in and pick up the camera that Dot was holding. Borga, would you like to introduce Grump the Grump?
Oh, you thought was terrible taking photographs.
And you're looking up at this town, you can see these goblins running down, carrying an egg in their hand. Plutonium Pete, we're back to you. We're halfway down the tower now, at least.
Is that not 4 successes?
Hmm?
Is that not 4 successes now?
Ah.
I didn't change my name at 11:16.
1, 2. I've only got it as 3. Did I miss one?
Yeah, Plutonium
That's
Pete
cool.
got 2.
Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I can't. I'll take your word for it, regardless. But yeah, sure. Yeah. So yeah, but so I should say sorry. Then as Dot fell down, she distracted the chickens long enough. They didn't pursue any further, and you all managed to get down the rest of the staircase, illuminated by Plutonium Pete, and you managed to safely get out of the tower. So that brings us on to task set number 3 now. So on task set number 3, for everyone. So you now need 5 successes per stage. Stage 1, you now need to get to the throne of the Goblin King. Stage 2, you've decided you're going to decorate the egg to make it look presentable to the king. And stage 3, you're then going to present said pretty egg to the king. I wonder what could go wrong on that. Right, and a complication is required for this last task. So again, we will do a D3. Would anyone like to do a D? There you go, even perfect. And it's him with the face rolls it straight as number 1, which means there's going to be a complication straight away on getting to the throne of the Goblin King. So let's see what that complication is. I don't even know where I'm typing right now. So, rule 1d6, let's see. It's a 5, and on the table, 5 is rogue magic.
Yay!
And then we'll do one more rule of 1d6. We got a 2. A giant wolf attaches itself to you like a guard. It is your friend. Until someone screws up and rolls a 1, it won't be your friend. Yeah, so Josh has joined you. The wolf has come back. It's brilliant. This was perfectly positioned.
You sure this isn't big, Josh?
Yeah, he's bigger. He's ate the remains of the goblins that were on the other side of the field, so you can see he's a bit bigger and everything.
Just painfully overfed.
He joins you, and he's following you. He won't leave your side. You know that he probably won't be too welcome back at the Goblin King's lair. He is a wolf after all, but nevertheless, you need to get to the Goblin. The day is getting on. You have to get it there before the buffet starts. So, would you all kindly like to roll a d10 so we can get your order for this last task? Okay, so we've got Grump the Grump, Bogat going first, followed by Lickit, which is done by Meow Nerva. Then followed by Cry with Plutonium Pete, and then him with the face. And you all have full health. So, let us begin the last journey. So don't forget, we need 5 successes to get through this bit now. So, getting to the throne of the Goblin King. Grump the Grump, you're the first out of the tower because you were at the bottom, watching Dot fall to her doom. And the others are shouting, we need to get back to the throne room, to the Goblin King. We need to get him this egg. What is your idea? You have an idea as you're stood there, and you're stood at the door to this tower. What is your idea to get back to the Goblin throne?
We should clearly take the scenic route. we go back there just straight away, there's nothing to take pictures of. So I'm going to lead them through a long, meandering path back to...
Yeah.
What's on the way?
And you did that so grumpily, didn't you? So, and you're a tourist, so you know the scenic route as well, which is really good. So if you could kindly roll me 3d6.
5, a 4, and a 1.
Oh dear. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, that's fine. I was seeing if we still had a -1 from previous. So yeah, so
Goblin
you.
power.
Oh no, I'm going to re-roll that one.
Oh yeah, Goblin power. Please re-roll the 1.
It's now a 3.
It's now a 3. So you got a 5, a 4, and a 3. So yeah, so you point out a path that has labelled scenic route to the Goblin King, and yeah, and everyone looks at you and goes, "Yeah, that's a good thing." And as you turn to head to this path, the wolf that was with you sees you, and it takes you a second to realise that the dog has just bitten off your hand.
I was using that.
And he's there munching on it. So you have taken 1 point of damage, but you've given the scenic route, and it is the safest route, so that will help the party. Lick it. What is your plan here?
Lick it.
Now we have bigger wolf.
Yep.
Lick it. Doesn't want to carry the egg, so he's going to try and ride Big Josh, so he doesn't have to carry everything.
Okay. And yeah, so you're holding the egg in your beer tankard, and you jump on to Josh, which is not subtle at all. It's quite loud and it draws a bit of attention. But you're good with animals, you know, so there's a good chance that you'll get there. And as you do it, you know, you're so happy about it, your tongue flies out. You're like, woo! You're gonna say, so if you could roll me 5d6.
Oh god.
Oh, sweet.
Because you managed to hit all my
round.
5d6. That's a 2, a 3, a 2, a 3, and a 3.
I don't think any reroll is going to save you.
Again, that was a 2, a 3, a 2, a 3, and a 3. Oh.
So did it
And
work?
you jump onto Josh. He doesn't like it. And Dave gets you at least one reroll here that could save you. So can you do me another d6 to change one of those 2s? Might make it worse. And you got it into a 4. You got it to a 4. That is something at least for the next person. And you land on the wolf, who doesn't like it, and he turns to you and he bites you, and you got a big bite on your wrist and everything, and you manage to get him off, but Josh is now furious because you just tried to mount him. So you've taken 1 damage, and you have now given 1, 2, 3, a -3 to Cry. Cry. Plutonium Pete.
+1 for the 4 though, so it's only 2.
No, there's 4 3s now because you changed the 2. So you what? Oh no, sorry,
Change the 2
1,
to a 4.
2, 3. Yeah, sorry, 2.
There's-
2. Yeah, 2.
I'm just going to book it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to book it. I'm not doing anything. I can't do anything. I must just run.
Yeah, so you see this scenic route gate that leads to a path, and you're just going to run to it. And yeah, I don't have anything I can stretch on you, so yeah, let's just get a 1d6 with a -2 on it.
No, -2.
Yeah, -2.
Okay, that's a 2. Oh no, I get something bad.
And yeah, you set off to run, but as you run over the chaos of Lickit, who just jumped on the Josh, you trip over the wolf, and as you turn round to see Josh, he bites you right in the back of the leg.
Oh, I don't think that was nice.
Which brings us him with the with the face.
Alright?
You've now witnessed Josh rip apart 3 of your party already.
I'm gonna tell Josh, you're a big bad boy. Behave. We've got work to do. None of this knocking around.
Okay, and
I'll wave the stick at him threatening me.
yeah, and you're waving your wizard staff at him, and you're drawing a bit of attention. And once again, everyone turns to you and goes, "Wow, what a noteworthy hat that goblin has." Please roll me 3d6. A 4, a 6, and a 1. Yeah, and you wave this stick, and Meownerva comes in to try and rescue you. Look at this. Reroll the 1. Go on.
One.
And it's a 4.
Someone's getting a +2.
And you wave this stick in front of the Josh. And once again, he seems enthralled and entranced by this stick. And you may have just bought the others the opportunity to get away from Josh and get to this path, this
See,
scenic route.
there's an important lesson here, everyone. You don't mount Big Josh. You just wave your stick in his face.
Grumpy
Works every time.
Grumpy the Grump, this is your turn. You've got a +2 this time. No, sorry,
Right,
I'm on
this
the wrong
wolf.
person. Yeah, Grumpy the Grump, you got +2.
This wolf is ruining this experience of walking this beautiful scenic path. So, I'm gonna take my photograph anyway, and glare at this wolf as I take the photograph. I take the beautiful photograph of this beautiful scenic route that I knew of because of the pamphlet that I have in my back pocket. I haven't got pants, don't ask how I have the pocket. And
Go on.
I think that was about it.
Yeah. And once again, by taking this photo and shouting out and blurring in a grumpy manner with your broken camera and giving your tourist knowledge, you're not blending in at all once again. Please roll me 5d6.
That's a 3, a 6. No, sorry, that's a 4, a 6 plus 1, a 4, and another 6.
So the 6 plus 1 becomes a 7, so you get a double success for that.
Oh,
So
there's
that
2
counts
fours,
as
so it's +2 rather than +1.
Oh, so that's full success. That's 5 successes.
Yeah. So that's a 5, an 8, a 5, and a 7. Which basically, yeah. And you do this, and you completely blind Josh. He has no idea. Croy has just made you re-roll. So yeah, you've got to re-roll one of those 3s. Ooh. It's even more success. Fortunately, success doesn't move over from one stage to another. So you've absolutely completed stage 1. You distract Josh. He's blinded. You all easily get to the scenic route, and you have no issues on the scenic route. It was a great route to choose. There's no dangers on it, sort of thing. It's a well-trodden route. And you make your way back to the camp. And you're now back at camp. You've lost Josh the wolf. And yeah, now you're sat here, and now you're all sat around this egg, and you're now wondering how you're going to decorate this egg to present it to the king. Lickit, who said the thing about Rip It, what is your idea that strikes you as you're all sat looking at this white egg?
I'm gonna get some plant on our scenic route and mush it
Yep.
on the egg.
Okay, yeah. As you do this, as you're walking along, you're in a happy mood and you're jolly because it's peaceful, and your tongue's sticking out as usual, waving around in the air. And yeah, and when you pick up the grass, you even put it in your beer tankard, and you're mushing it in your little beer tankard. So, can you roll me 3d6, please? A 3, a 4, and a 3. So yeah, you mush some of it together, and you're putting it in, sort of thing. Unfortunately, though, as you mush it, and you make this powder and everything, and you go to put it on the egg, you trip, and as you do, the whole contents of the cup of this mush plant goes flying over your group, and all of a sudden you hear bees in the distance buzzing and everything. This plant that you've been using, it's their favourite plant, and there is now a herd of bees coming after you.
Not the bees!
So now you're all moving with this egg because you see this bees. So you're a bit of a disadvantage here, Plutonian Pete. What is your idea? You still need to decorate this egg.
I happen to know that the king is fond of honey, and I know that honey is made of squashed bees. So I'm going to use my axe and swat them out of the sky and put them on the egg.
Okay, yeah. Using your dream of being a gourmand, you're very expertised in these sort of foods and everything. And so these bees are coming. So you're gonna break these bees, aren't you? That's your plan. There is to break these bees. So please roll me a 3d6. Bear in mind they've all got a -1.
It's fun. Let's go.
two and a 5.
Oh.
So that'll be a 1, a 1, and a 4. So yeah, you these bees come flying at you, and you grab whatever item you find near you, and you start throwing it at the bees, trying to knock them out and grab hold of some. Unfortunately, these are killer bees. And as you grab some, they all sting your hands, and your hands begin to swell. And next minute, they're all on your face, stinging you all over the place, and your face begins to swell. And you lose the ability to breathe, and you collapse on the floor. But fortunately, all the bees are now on you, and you have eased the tension around you. And as Plutonian Pete slowly suffocates, and you hear the gasps of voice and the occasional "Bean of the bee!" Around the corner, another goblin emerges. This goblin is Plink Fourtoes. Would you like to introduce Plink Fourtoes? Is he related to Kit Two Fingers?
Plink Fourtoes. And I...
Someone say photos?
I think we've just lost mate. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, and Plink, you see Plutonium Pete covered in bees, and you pick up his axe near him, and you turn to the others, and you join in with their plan.
Because the reason I have 4 toes is because I am very tall for a goblin.
Yes, you are tall for a goblin. Yes, you are. Well remembered, Plink.
Wait,
Lloyd.
he's just jumping to appear taller.
Him with the face. So you turn and you see Plutonium Pete just devoured by the bees. But you've still not decorated this egg. What is your plan here? You need to do something with this egg.
Well, I was thinking, after getting the idea from I don't know where about honey coming from squashed bees, luckily all the bees have now coalesced in a single space. So I want to just squash them with a rock.
Yep. And yeah, you grab a rock and once again you lift it up above your noteworthy hat, which everyone is still amazed at. It's a beautiful hat. Can you roll me 2d6 with a +1 on each? 3 and a 6, so that becomes a 7, so you get a double success on that. And the 3 becomes a 4, so yeah. And you bring down this rock on the corpse of Plutonium Pete. You squish the bees into him as you bring this rock down, and oozing out of him is this golden red goo, a mix of honey and goblin blood. And you scoop it up. And yeah, and it's illuminating as well with the plutonium coming out, and you begin smudging it on the egg, and this egg takes this beautiful golden red sheen that's just glowing all over. Grump the Grump. Who's dead? Is it? No, Grump's not dead, is it? No, Grump's still alive.
Alright, I'm missing a hand.
Yeah, you're missing a hand. Grump.
He just looks dead.
You see him with the face, coating this lovely thing. You can't help it needs something else. It's still not quite right. It's not good enough for a king. It's beautiful, but it's still not good enough for a king. What's your idea here?
I'm gonna grab some pretty flowers off the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna smush them and to make them stick into the honey. I love flowers; they make me the happiest ever.
Yeah. And you know these flowers because you have taken many pictures of them, and you've been on a lot of travels, and you know these are the nicest flowers in the area. And you said it, even though flowers make you happy, you're grumpy as you're picking them all up.
I love flowers, mate. Picking them.
So please roll me 4d6.
That's a 2, a 6, a 4, and a 4.
A 2, a 6, a 4, and a 4. Yeah. And as you start picking up these flowers, you pick up one flower and it was a beautiful flower, but you didn't remember that it was a rose, and you forgot about the stems all being spiky and needly, and you grab it and you pull it up, but the rose doesn't leave the ground, and you slice open your hand on the flower.
I knew I was allergic to roses.
And as you begin to bleed to death, you manage to turn around with the roses that you did and the flowers that you did manage to collect, and you pass them on. And the goblins just take them off you and start dotting them on the egg, and that progresses it to be pretty. And they've got plenty of flowers to start putting more on and everything, so you've supplied them very well. But unfortunately, that is the end of Grump the Grump. He picked his last flower. And as Grump the Grump passes over and falls to the floor, Picking up his camera next is Laszlo the Bold. Would you like to introduce Laszlo?
It's me, Laszlo.
And yeah, you see all these goblins decorating the egg, and you get involved with this bag of flowers that's just left on the floor. Oh dear. Lick it. Who said that thing about rip it? What is your plan here? There's now a nice bag full of flowers that you can decorate the egg with. Or do you look at the egg and do you see that maybe something else entirely needs to be put on this egg? It's halfway there, you think, to looking something presentable to the king.
It needs a crown. So I'm going to look for something to make a crown. Yellow.
Okay. Yeah. Is anything particular, flowers or anything you're looking for? You're just all looking for anything in general?
Anything in general I can tie and make a nice crown. Just a tall crown, maybe stick.
Yeah. And you look over and you see this wire that's half sticking out of the ground, and you start digging away with your tankard that holds beer, using that to dig out this almost copperistic wire that's sticking out of the ground. And as you're doing it, you just can't help it. Your tongue's stuck out and it's waving out because you're having a little goblin digging up with your little tankard. Woo! Would you like to roll me 3d6? You have got a +2 on all of this.
Okay. Good.
So you rolled a 3, a 5, and a 1, so that's a 5, a 7, and a 3. 5, 7, and a 3, 5, 7. So yes, that's 3 successes. And yeah, you pull this wire out, and you quickly it comes out freely once you've dug it out with your cup, and you manage to make it into a lovely little crown that sits on this egg. And you all believe that this egg is now presentable for the king. And you now go, yes, we're ready. You're happy with this. It is now time to present it to your king. And so we now move on to the final stage. Stage 3. Presenting the pretty egg.
What could go wrong?
Pretty.
So you head to the final place. You head to where the king's lair is. The place that I've forgotten the damn name of. The throne of the Goblin King. Of course it's the throne of the Goblin King. It's so obvious. You head to the throne of the Goblin King, ready to present this egg. And you're stood there, you open the hall, and everyone's sat ready to, everyone's getting ready. They're putting bowls and plates out. There's a cauldron in the middle burning and everything. And at the far end, you see the king. But as you step into the hall with this egg, you can't help but see all the goblins around you licking their lips at the sight of this egg. It's beautiful. And Plink Fortos, you're holding the egg as you enter this hall.
I'm very proud. This is such an opportunity. I am taking my egg in one hand, for I am very tall. I have my axe raised above my head as I go, and I, in true fashion of the goblins, I am smashing the lights that are held down from each one. As I go along, it's with my axe in one hand, in the other, I'm smashing and breaking, and the lights are flying everywhere. The candles are moving off, and it looks fantastic. It's a beautiful show.
And don't forget, you're a tall goblin.
I'm tall, and I'm doing that with my and I I am telling the king, what a wonderful feast we have brought for you in all of my experience of traveling the world. I am ready to give this to you.
I don't think I need to add to that. Please roll me 5d6.
We are ready.
5d6. That is a 1, a 4, a 3, a 4, and a 6. So that's one success, 2 advantages and 1 disadvantage. And Lloyd has just made you re-roll that one. Did you want to re-roll the 1?
Don't have to.
No, you do. It's a 2. It's unfortunately, yeah. And as you do,
Every
and
time.
you're kicking things off the table and you're rampaging through, you go to kick something on the table and you didn't quite see what it was, but when your foot hits the knife and the knife blade slices into your foot as you kick it off the table, you realise what it was that you just kicked, and you lose a point of damage. But you're making your way down this grand hall. All the goblins are stepping back from you. They don't want to get involved, and you're making a nice clear pathway down.
Points.
Well, that's the second
No?
one, I think.
Was it not -1?
No, was it -1?
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh wait, yeah, was it +2 on the last one?
No, it was +2 on the last one. So you had it was a 2 successes on the last one.
Oh, sorry.
Great roll play.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Never mind me. Right. Stabbed foot.
Yeah. So it's just 1 damage. It's really hard to keep track of this. Especially now we're punching all the rolls. Yeah, and so yeah, you've gained 1 success, and you've got the two positives and 1 negative. So you gain a +1 for the next roll. Yep. Which is him with the face.
Your Majesty, I believe we should present you with a bit of a musical accompaniment to go with your egg and potentially future omelette. And I shall now perform Dragit 5th Symphony on my helmet for your pleasure.
And yeah, everyone
Doesn't take the helmet
looks.
off.
Everyone looks at your noteworthy hat. You have no musical equipment except for your wand, which you start banging on your hat like a drum. And you're acting a bit of a celebrity because goblins love music and everything. So if you'd like to roll me 4d6,
I'm living my best life.
4d6 with a +1, please.
Yes.
That's a 6, a 4,
All the
4, 5, that's
successes.
four successes plus a crit, which gives you enough successes. And yeah, you shout to your Majesty. The Goblin King stands up. Make way for my egg.
Play it again, him.
And Dave, you've asked for a reroll. I mean, you can re-roll it for a 4, but it's not really going to change this outcome now. Let's have the re-roll. Last one. Let's see if you're super critic. You never know. You made it worse, but it's still enough. Even with that still brings you to 5, unfortunately. You could have killed him, though. That would have been amazing. He died as he did
It's a little
it.
bit too hard. It scrambles his brain.
You only had 1 out. Yeah, and so yeah, you walk down, and the music's it's not great, but it's not terrible. Everyone's cheering. The king, bring forth my egg! Bring forth my egg! The buffet will start! And you all manage to walk down, and you present the egg. And yeah, the egg is cracked open, poured into the the cauldron, it's brewed. The king welcomes you. He puts you at his top table. You are my knights. You're my noble knights. You're going to serve me. We're going to start a war.
On what?
And the night goes
Can I
on.
step the
And...
king with my magic wand?
No. And as the night goes on, all regale goes on, party galore. You have a lovely feast. Unfortunately, during the night, the Goblin King forgets where he puts his crown, and he no longer is given the title of the Goblin King. And once again, the Goblin camp is left without a king until one day someone remembers where the crown has been placed, so a new Goblin King can take over the camp. And thus we come to the end of our little goblin adventure. It's done. We did. He did a one shot.
I think, Andy,
Yeah.
give us all the honor we deserve. You should show off the rest of the goblins that we didn't
Yeah, I
get
think
to see.
so. Yeah.
We spent a lot
Yeah.
of time on this.
Do we have to do introductions for them as well?
Yes. Why not?
So, noble credits. I think noble credits. So we'll start off with Borgat. The noble. Obviously, we lost Dragit and we lost Parp. Oh no, hang on. Sorry, that's Tony's. Borgat. We lost Dot to Whistle, and we lost Grump, the Grump. Laszlo managed to make it to the very end there, and managed to join in with everyone. Unfortunately, we never got to see Gazlo the Cheerful, or Jumbus the Wumbus. Goblins who may come back for another episode. And then Lloyd, you started off with Kit Three Fingers, who developed very quickly to Kit Two Fingers. You finished with him with the face, who managed. He's probably one of the longest running goblins in this campaign.
I was kind of hoping to get through them faster.
Unfortunately, we never got to see Jeff, the slightly taller than Josh. And I really look forward to this one. This was Andy, the ever trolling.
Hello!
And then finally, the last goblin on your roster was Bing Squirrel Bane. It was a very, very cute goblin. Croy, we almost got through all your goblins. We saw Baby Face Boggins. We saw Grumpy Big Nose die. We saw Plutonium Pete die. We saw Plink Four Toes make the final cut. Got to the end. Unfortunately, though, we'll never have got to know what happened to Parp Red Eye.
So this one was done by my son, and
The rest weren't? You did the rest?
He spent ages on it. In the time that my wife and I did, like 6 between us, he spent such a long time on this. I really probably should have put him farther up in the order so he got to. But at least he survived. I'll tell him that in the morning.
He survived, yes. I think that's probably
See how
better.
thin the paper is from the scribbling.
He's got raggedy clothes on. My son drew a belly button on him, which I thought was pretty cool. And he's got snots and bogies coming out his nose, and he is emitting a terrible stench. He just stinks.
It's like looking in the mirror.
I know. Oh, well, at least he survived. I mean, that's more than what half the goblins had. Yeah. And then finally, Meow Nerva. We got to see Dragit with the face. I think he did last the longest. Then we lost Parp, you get. Lickit, who said that thing about Rip It, managed to make it to the very end. Unfortunately, we never got to see Slack of the Badger Killers. And I think our personal favourite between us all, the one that we were really all hoping would make an occurrence on tonight's show, was Yank of the Useless Idiots.
Yank, 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 yank.
Just so everyone can appreciate Yank.
Such a little guy. Such a trooper.
Yank the Useless, guys.
He's
Could have been.
Mario.
And that's it. So, and that ends our journey. We lost 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goblins out of the possible 20, which it wasn't too bad to be honest. And that was that was Goblin Quest, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was fun, honestly. I think we've had a bit of a laugh there. I would highly recommend if you want something that's light-hearted. That was very easy to pick up. The rules are very light on that because you've pretty much learnt them tonight if you've watched it with us. Go check it out. It's on Drive-Thru RPG. It's also on Amazon and that, the hardcover. So just do your own Google, and I'm sure you'll find it. If you want it and you struggle to find it, just come and talk to us. I'll point you in the right direction. But yeah, that was a really nice system. That was really enjoyable.
That was very fun.
It was fun.
Very
Take it
pretty.
at your own pace. Whatever that may be.
Yeah, and thank you guys for playing that with us. I know I purposely left you in the dark about what we were doing because I wanted this to be as fun as possible for you. But you've all done really good. That was really fun. And thank you for chat for watching. As always, we do this more for you guys as well as us. Just as us, we enjoy playing it, and we like to share that with you. So thank you very much for watching us and getting involved. I mean, some of those re-rolls, guys, come on, you could have let them die. You didn't have to save them. We'll probably play this again at some time. I think that was I think we could definitely do that again. A different adventure, maybe see some of the goblins that we didn't have. Maybe we'll try it without the GM as well, see how that system works, because this game does work without a GM, by the way. That format that we've used tonight with the stages, that's all there to run it without a GM. So if you're looking for a game and you haven't got a GM, but you just have a few friends, I think this is one that you should definitely try out. It has been a bit of fun, so yeah. Anyone got any notices that they need to shout out before we disappear?
I'm going to be streaming tomorrow night. Part of the Val Summer Games for VR. I'm going to be challenging the devs of VR Skater in 3 rounds. So yeah, I'm taking on the CEO of the company that made the game VR Skater. So come and join me on my channel 8 p.m. BST. Prizes to be won, hopefully, if I win. Nervous.
That sounds good. That's on Cry VR, not VR Cry. Thank you, Mian, over there. Don't go and watch VR Cry. He's a rip-off of our Cry VR. Yeah.
He's a VTuber.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching with us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Everybody,
Good night. Bye.
Ah.